how to talk about life experiences. When we started this unit, we asked you to answer the question, have you ever written a personal journal? And what type of information do people usually write on these journals? When we communicate, it is common that we tell others stories about our lives. We can also remember and tell our stories to ourselves. When we write a personal journal, also called diary, we think of our lives to ourselves and we have the tendency to write about facts, events, or situations that have happened to us during the day. That is to say, we narrate stories. Sometimes we tell these stories to our family or friends, and some other times we keep these stories to ourselves. We also narrate life stories when we write to others. Nowadays, we write to others more than what we might think. Just answer to yourself, how often do you use chat applications? Or how often do you write emails? Many people write to others almost every day, rather sending emails or texting using chat applications. And what information do we usually share with others? Well, as I mentioned earlier, most of the time we write facts about our lives, the activities that we have done, we ask information we need, etc. For example, in the previous exercises, we read an email sent from George to Robin. George is on holiday in Mexico and wanted to tell Robin about his trip. Let's remember the message a little. George wrote to Robin about the experiences that he had lived so far. He said, I have visited many temples. I have learned a lot about the different cultures that lived in Mexico. I have rested a lot. I have not got sick. Notice that when George wrote these phrases, he didn't tell Robin the moment in which he did these activities. For him, mentioning the activities in general was more important than describing the past actions he did. In contrast, when George says, I went snorkeling yesterday and I saw an enormous turtle, he was very happy. He describes a finished past action, something that happened the previous day. He uses the word yesterday to point out the time or the moment in which he did the activity, and he also expresses how he felt.